Hello there and welcome back to another month of the Trading Post. Welcome to September 2024. We are now in the War Within, and this is our very first Trading Post of the new expansion. But before we jump into all the new stock on the Trading Post this month, just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, War Within launch, we just launched, so we're having a great time over there. So if you want to check me out, guys, we're over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. Right, so yes, a new month is here, and it is September. Gather your crew. This month's rewards are very much kind of recolors and different like pirate-themed designs, similar to what we got in Plunderstorm. However, this month's reward is a brand new mount, and this is the Plunderlord's Golden Crocolisk. So this was data-mined a while back and is a phenomenal looking mount. There's actually a couple of recolors, one of them popping up on the Trading Post as well. But yeah, this is a very, very cool looking mount, and finally a mount reward for the final part of the Traveler's Log. So thank you, Blizzard, for that. It's been the longest time. So with that, let's jump into what you can actually purchase on the Trading Post this month. So firstly, we have the Ensemble Plunderlord's Radiant Finery. So this is 750 tender. This is a gold and yellow version of the Plunderlord set, which we got back in Plunderstorm. So a really, really cool set with head, shoulders, chest, legs, feet, wrists, hands, and back. Everything going on with this set. Really, really cool. 750 tender is a lot, but it is an awesome looking set. The next item is the Keglegs Radiant Crocolisk. This is the recolor of the monthly reward. This is an awesome looking mount, 600 tender, absolute must have. Obviously a ground mount, but the design is so cool with all like the candles on it, the swords and everything. It's a very pirate themed crocodile, and it actually matches the other set really, really nicely. Next up is Claudius. This is a recolor of the Plunderstorm pet. This is 330 tender if you do want to pick up this little hermit crab here. Next up is the Green Brewfest Bulwark. This is a shield transmog, which is a recolor of a shield, which was added in Brewfest. So if you want to get ready for Brewfest coming up in October, we have the Green Brewfest Bulwark for 300 tender, which is actually quite a lot. The next item is the Alchemist Bandolier. This is a 3D back piece. We've had a few of these bandoliers coming up already, and this is the kind of green and like dark blue variant of that. So 250 tender if you do want to pick that up, potentially on a rogue of some sort. Next up are the Blade Master's Lively Stones. This is of course the kind of Blade Master stones that we've been seeing. This is a blue and kind of orange variant of that. A really cool looking thing. Obviously kind of looks a bit weird on a human, but on an orc or something like that, it can look phenomenal. The next item is a head transmog. This is the Frenzied Hat of Murky Waters. So we actually had a recolor of this previously on the Trading Post. This is 175 tender if you do want to pick this up. This is a head transmog available to all armor types, of course, because it is, you know, pretty awesome looking, so that's super fun. Next up, the Plunderstorm's Radiant Cutlass. This is a two-handed sword transmog, which is of course a green recolor of the previous Plunderstorm transmogs, and that will set you back 175 tender. The next one is the Plunderlord's Radiant Sigil. This is a golden green version of the staff that we did get from Plunderstorm. Next up is the Cursed Copper Crossbow. For some reason it's a gun transmog, not too sure on that, but yes, this is a recolor from Wrath of the Lich King from Trial of the Grand Crusader, the Death Hands crossbow. So a bit of an old school weapon there, but yeah, very, very cool looking. I love the skull design on that. Very nice indeed. The next item is a one-handed Warglaive. This is a recolor of the Vengeful Nemesis Warblades, and this is a really, really awesome looking Warglaive transmog at 150 tender if you are a demon hunter and you want to pick that up. Next up is the Plunderlord's Radiant Hand Cannon. This is a recolor, once again, of the rewards from Plunderstorm. And also the Plunderlord's Radiant Necksever, which is a one-handed axe transmog, which is a recolor, once again, from Plunderstorm. Next up is the final transmog from Plunderstorm, or recolor from Plunderstorm. This is the Plunderlord's Radiant Rapier. 150 tender if you do want to pick up this one-handed sword transmog. Very awesome looking, and obviously matches all the other stuff from this month as well. Next up is the Classic Camo Tabard. This is one of the simple tabards. This is 100 tender if you do want to pick this up. Would match really nicely with like the Recruiter Friends set, I think, actually, honestly. But yeah, obviously if you're picking up those simple tabards, this is going to be your camo version of that. Next up is the Fine Gloves of the Forest. We've seen a few colors of these coming in so far. This is 100 tender if you do want to pick this up. This is a hand transmog, which of course transcends the elbow and goes all the way up to the shoulder there. So you could maybe make that work. I'm not really sure. Next up is the high-grade blade of the Forbad. This is 100 tender, and it's just like an old model from like maybe Burning Crusade or something like that. It's pretty low fidelity. It is a very cool-looking sword nonetheless, but however, yeah, a little bit low fidelity. That's 100 tender and is a one-handed sword. Next up is the Jade Blade. So this is a green version of that as well. This is 100 tender once again, kind of a green and white variant of that. Next up is the Trader's Cameo Sauron. This is one of those leg transmogs. Not very great, honestly. No 3D assets there, just flat as a pan. But yeah, if you want to make that work and you want to grab that, that is going to be 100 tender. Next up is the Swabby's Cap. We got these beanie transmogs back in, I want to say Shadowlands, perhaps. This is a new version of it. This is a green version of it. So if you want to pick up the new beanie, you can look like Jay the Bard and wear that. But yeah, it looks very, very cool. I like that. 80 tender as well, so it's really not that much at all. Next up is the Dueler's Camo Shoulder Cape. This is a shoulder transmog. I've seen a bunch of these already. This is a new color variant of that, which actually looks really nice. Kind of a teal, I guess, would you call it? Very much a green theme going on with this month's trading post. Our next item is a recolor from Cataclysm. This is the Emerald Drape. This is a very awesome looking cape, actually, considering it's from Cataclysm. It's 50 tender, so if you do have something to match it with, you can pick that up. Next up is the simple copper staff, just a very, very simple design here. Just 50 tender, so if you do want to pick up a super simple looking staff, that's going to be available for 50 tender. Next up are the amber scale threads, some very like basic looking boots here with a little point on the end. 40 tender if you do want to pick those up. They're actually white as well, which is interesting. And then you have the emerald scale threads as well. So those are all the new items coming this month. Not bad, really. So returning this month, you have the heavily stitched wallet, you have the ensembles, the Vengabonds and the Wanderers, you have the green variants, you have the honored bastard sword, the Crocol, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that word, the orange sleeve shirt, which actually looks really cool. I like that a lot. The sharpened shank, the ensemble trappers munitions, which are awesome. I actually use these on my hunter. Big fan of those. You have the Plunderstorm back piece, you have the Niffen hat, and the Sky Captain's formal attire has returned. Previously on the store and now back on the trading post, because I think it went from the store to the trading post and now again on the trading post. So yeah, there you go. That is all of the items you can get from the trading post in September 2024. I really like the Plunderstorm theming here. Very nice indeed. Big fan of the ensemble. I love that ensemble so much. The crocodile mounts are fantastic as well. There is a couple colors which are not been used here, so there is some more crocodiles out there. Not sure how they're going to be distributed, but yeah, there's some more crocodiles as well. But overall, a pretty good stock, honestly. One of the better ones, in my opinion. Let me know down below what you think of this month's stock, of course. And if you like this video, leave a like on it as well and subscribe to the channel. If you do want to support me outside of YouTube, I am on Patreon and I'm on Twitter at MrGMYT, and I have a partner Discord channel as well. And as mentioned, I am streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, War Within, we're just having the best time with launch right now. So if you do want to check me out, guys, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.